The downfall of the game has taken another brutal turn as reports confirm the Compton rapper was kicked out of his own home and stripped of his record label after losing a devastating $7.1 million judgment. Once hailed as a West Coast legend who carried Compton's legacy on his back, the game is now facing one of the most humiliating chapters of his career. The financial collapse stems from a long-running legal battle that finally caught up with him. Court documents reveal that the multi-million-dollar judgment not only seized his home, but also forced the liquidation of key business assets, including control of his label. For an artist who once stood among hip-hop's elite, the losses mark a complete reversal of fortune. Insiders say the game has been struggling for years to balance legal troubles with mounting financial obligations. But this blow may be too much to recover from. Fans have expressed shock, with many noting how far the rapper has fallen since the days of the documentary and his peak collaborations with Dr. Dre and 50 Cent. And I've been smoking since 2003, right? Because that's when I got signed, the aftermath of 2003. If you ask anybody, anybody that really know me that's in this __ industry, and go ask Dr. Dre, man, like sit Dr. Dre down and really ask that about who I am and my character and, like what he really feel about me at the end of the day as a man. If you could ask Nick himself, he would have told you, and he did tell you out of his own mouth what I contributed, to his career. Coming straight out of West Side Cedar Block Bond and Top Dog know what it is. Kendrick know what it is. Mustard know what it is. Ty Dolla $ign know what it is. Dr. Dre know what it is. Snoop know what it is. Social media reactions have been ruthless, with some mocking his downfall, while others argue it's a cautionary tale of what happens when fame and fortune aren't managed properly. For the game, the $7.1 million loss isn't just financial. It's the collapse of the empire he spent decades building. Now the question is whether he can rebuild, or if his legacy has already crumbled for good. The biggest West Coast hip-hop event in years took place. And for a West Coast icon to not even receive an invitation speaks volumes about the choices and actions the game has displayed over the past several years, landing him far from the best graces of Los Angeles's most legendary figures and respected industry names. Soon after, he launched into a lengthy 17-minute rant on Instagram Live, attempting to justify why he wasn't invited or present at the pop-out. The clips circulated widely, leaving audiences debating whether it was explanation or damage control. This isn't the first time controversy followed. Years earlier, the game targeted hip-hop giants like Eminem and Dr. Dre, releasing sprawling 8-minute tracks that blurred the line between homage and hostility. In later interviews, he even claimed Kanye West had done more for his career in 2 weeks than Dr. Dre ever did, a statement that sparked heavy backlash across hip-hop culture and deepened the perception of burned bridges. About you, Firestarter. You good? I'm good. No fire started today. So, it sounds to me like they're trying to trash me in front of Jason to make me look like a fire starter. You know what? Let's go. Dr. Dre was the one who originally signed the game. Yet years later, the game publicly claimed that Kanye West had done more for him in 2 weeks than Dre ever accomplished throughout his entire lifetime. Recently, Kanye has become a benefactor of sorts, gifting him flashy items like chrome Maybachs and even controversial apparel, fueling further debates around their relationship. With all these antics, the glaring question arises: where is the music? For someone working so hard to stay discussed on social media, whether positive or negative, many expected consistent projects to back up the attention. Instead, speculation grew about why the game had slowed down musically and why Kanye seemed to be funding his lifestyle instead of the game maintaining it himself. Reports even suggested that the game might be struggling financially to the point of losing stability. Though some claim that's an exaggeration, his situation certainly raised eyebrows when courts ordered him to give up his Calabasas home valued at over $4 million following legal battles he failed to properly attend. This wasn't a voluntary sale, it was a court mandate. So, how exactly did it come to this? What choices led to him being forced out of his home? And how could this have been avoided? To fully understand, we need to rewind and examine the roots of the downfall, starting with She's Got Game, the VH1 reality series that premiered in August 2015. You are giving me $10 million. Let's go. Who's going to give you $10 million? John Mother Taylor, also known as The Game. Let's go. is giving me $10 million. The VH1 reality series She's Got Game was designed as a dating show centered entirely around the game, where his friends in the music industry brought forward contestants to compete for his affection. The setup resembled a blend between The Bachelor and Love and Hip-Hop, crafted for maximum drama and entertainment value. As over-the-top as the premise seemed, the show positioned the game as the man in control, enjoying the attention of multiple women vying for his love. This was a far cry from his earlier television appearances under his birth name, JT, where his on-screen persona was depicted with far less confidence. By 2015, however, the game exuded a new sense of swagger, placing himself at the center of the spectacle. The contestants were portrayed as rivals, each fighting for his attention. Among them was Priscilla Rainey, a name that would later resurface in a far more serious and damaging context. On the show, she was depicted as the fire starter, a contestant who stirred conflict and brought energy to the competition. Behind the scenes, however, Rainey later claimed the entire production was heavily scripted. According to her, she had been in a long-term 7-year relationship at the time, which was put on hold so she could appear on the series. This contradiction between reality and portrayal added another layer of irony when her involvement eventually spiraled into legal battles. The whole mess, the fight, it's Priscilla's fault, and it ain't really sitting well with me. You got some girls who want me to go home. Of course, they want you to go home. I can't believe everyone's making such a big deal about me cussing out Sierra. She does. Because in the years that followed, Priscilla Rainey would gain control over the game's assets, changing his financial landscape completely. As with many reality television projects, She's Got Game thrived on a heavy dose of scripted drama, staged conflicts, and exaggerated personas. The game stood at the center of it all, appearing to weigh his choices between contestants as the show built toward its finale. Ultimately, the outcome was meant to crown a temporary girlfriend for the cameras, a storyline crafted more for ratings than reality. Priscilla Rainey, though not selected as the winner, stood out as one of the most confrontational figures among the cast. She consistently drew attention for her fiery temperament and frequent clashes, earning her the role of the so-called drama starter. While the arguments may have been encouraged by producers, the reputation attached to her on the series proved lasting. Ironically, Rainey's role on the show foreshadowed what would soon unfold beyond the screen. What seemed like harmless, orchestrated conflict for entertainment gave way to real-life allegations with serious consequences. After the cameras stopped rolling, Rainey launched a legal battle against Jayceon Taylor, better known as The Game, accusing him of misconduct that she claimed occurred during the production period. Though she may have lost the televised competition, Rainey gained a powerful position in court. Her lawsuit detailed accusations that became central to one of the most damaging legal disputes of the game's career.